Good morning. I wanted to go over with you the problems that we went over in class because number one, I think the whiteboard was too small and I felt like it was rushed. And Mike had said that he was utterly confused and I didn't like that. I want to make sure that you have everything covered. So here's the first problem we did is this box problem. Here's what the box looks like. They want to take a rectangular sheet like this and they tell you the dimensions of that sheet. That's 36 inches by 12 inches on this particular Webassign. It was something different when I did it in class. They want this, they give you this 2.5. You can ignore that 2.5 for now. It's not important yet, but what they want with that 2.5 is once they fold it into a box, they want you to make sure that the height of this box is not more than 2.5 inches. And you'll see why that matters later. And they also give you that the volume of the box is 448 cubic inches. So the hard part of this is kind of figuring out what the box looks like. And unfortunately, they've actually given you all the pictures because when you're in a higher level math class, they don't give you the pictures and they don't even give you this picture. They just give you the words and you have to come up with this picture, which is actually good because when you draw the picture, you'll be able to understand it better. So what I did to understand this is I literally just took a sheet of paper and I cut them up. And so you can see like the rectangles that they shaded, I cut them out and I labeled the X's as they have labeled. And I can automatically see that these flaps here close in and I folded along their dotted line. So I can literally feel the box in my hand. And I did take a piece of scrap paper so I have math writing on the inside of the box. But you can see now I folded up the paper and I can see and feel exactly what they have. And it's rare, by the way, that my kitchen table is that clean. I had to wipe it down before I took the video. All right, so if I look at this from my box that I can see from hands-on, I know that the height of this box is going to be X because I can see it, I've labeled it, and when I folded it folded up along with me. And I could see that. So why do I want the height? Because the volume formula is length times width times height. So I need a formula for the height, I need a formula for the length, and I need a formula for the width. The length I have here in black on the bottom. See this black line? How much is that length? What would the formula be for that length? Well, all the way across is 36. I'm dropping out here an X and an X. I'm dropping out on the left side an X and an X as well. So I have all the way across is 36, but I've lost by cutting an X, an X, and an X, and an X. I've lost 4 X's. So my length is really 36 minus 4 X's. The width is kind of similar, but instead of cutting out 4 of the X's, I've actually cut out only these pieces here, which have length X. So really, my width is really 12 minus 2 X's. So now I have length, width, and height. My volume formula is going to be 36 minus 4x, which was the length, 12 minus 2x, which was the height, and x, which was the 12 minus 2x, which was the width, and then x, which is the height. Now they give me the volume is 448. So I have 2 formulas now for my volume. I have my x expression, and I also have that this has to be equal to 448. If we want to solve this, what we have to do is subtract the 448 from both sides. And the reason this problem appears in this section is because we are looking for roots of polynomials. So what I think they intended you to do next is to factor this thing, expand this thing, combine like terms, factor it, and solve. I just don't want to do it. I told you that in class. I don't want to do it because I know there's a simpler way out there, and I'm going to take my chances with that other way. And that's not to say that I don't know how to factor things and multiply things out. I do, and we have done that in the procedural problems. I'm just not interested in doing it here. Oh, I don't know why it did that. I know that's probably how you feel, but that's not what I meant to say. So I'm really looking for the roots of that formula in the previous section. And this is how you'll feel if you have to multiply everything out and actually factor and solve. All right, so what I did and what I suggested you do is to look at your calculator and graph the thing and actually look at what value you get 0. And this is the graphing calculator simulator, which is online, where I input in the function. You can actually see where I put my parentheses. And this is the default window, but just from the default window, I can see that it's crossing right at x equals 2. And in fact, over here, I have a table which you don't have, but you can access. There's a button you can push which gives you this table of data, or you can use your trace button and see that at 2, x equals 2, indeed y equals 0. Now, recall that at the beginning of the problem, they told you that your height has to be less than 2.5 inches. It crosses again over here after 2, close to 3, but that's higher than 2.5 inches. They want it to be lower, so they want only this one right here. So I'm done. I got x equals 2.